Welcome to the first episode of, what was it called again? Blasting on a Budget. So, as you just saw, we went to Five Below and got us the cheapest $5 single shot pump action blaster we could buy. I'll give you a review on it real quick, and to see if you should spend your money, or you should start here, or is it just complete trash? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this out of the box, and I'll show you a few things about it, and pretty simple, but I do a few little, I don't know, something or whatever. Also, it comes with its own darts, so we're going to be testing Nerf Elite darts, Waffle Head darts, and Nexus Pro darts, and also has some sort of Picatinny style rail. We'll see if it takes Nerf attachments or Picatinny or any type of other attachment that can go on top of a rail. So yeah, cool stuff. So we officially have it out of the box. Here it is. It's a Convert. It's made by some sort of hero company. It's just called Convert Ops. It is that's like a I don't even know here. It has a very gritty trigger pull. I hate it. It's horrible. This grip is definitely for like maybe an 8-year-old, because I cannot even tend to touch on this grip at all. It is horrible. It has two little dart storage pieces at the front, which is kind of cool. But I'm gonna take it off because it looks really ugly in my opinion. I mean, it kind of counts as a little counter for grip. It's a little cheap, isn't it? It's pretty steady on there actually. Let's test those out real quick. With its included darts, these are very cheaply made plastic grippy tip darts. I'm not sure. You simply just slide one in here, and it's super hard to slide one in there actually, and it looks, I'd say it looks a little bit better, but also a little bit worse. I'm not going to be using these darts at all. They're probably really bad, but it is a front loader, so you front load here. Wow, it's a super stiff. It keeps it in there really tightly, and it has a little back prime. I think this is the coolest feature about it. It has a little back prime here. I love back primes just like this. It has a little spring right there. You can see the internals, and it's super wobbly. Yeah, but it does fire actually. Really hard, actually. I'm surprised, and it seems to be really accurate. And it has claims saying that these are precision darts. 4 hero precision darts. They're called hero precision darts. And I'll show you the back of the thing, actually. Its model is just Convert. It has load darts as shown, pull back slide to load up power. Not sure how true this is. Pull trigger to launch a dart, and they have some sights, but they're lights. Really strange. Let's see how accurate this is. Let's go ahead and prime it up real quick. So far, this is actually really accurate. I'm actually aiming right here at the bottom of this wrench, so it's so far pretty accurate. So far. Let's test some Nerf Elites and also Waffle Heads. So, Nerf Elite. Okay, first of all, Nerf Elite dart. It doesn't even have any sort of width to it. Those red darts, I think, are better than Nerf Elite darts. I'm gonna tell you why. They're 10 times wider. These Nerf Elite darts are so thin, they just get pushed out. They get ejected out. Can't even shoot those. Waffle Heads, please, I hope these are good. I really do hope. It's not as tight seal, but it fits. Prime back. The prime weight required is a little bit less than the average Nerf Elite dart. Well, Nerf Elite blaster, so it's pretty cool. It hits a little bit harder, I can tell. It definitely feels like it hits a little bit harder. It does get ejected though. Pull back. You can't push it back in after it's permanently ejected like that. And then you have to fire it out. That one didn't even shoot. So I think I'm only going to be using those red ones because these barely even work. So I'm going to do a quick little review. No in-strike barrel lug, nothing. This is even a Nerf blaster. It has a whole lot of bolts. The grip is... It would feel really comfortable if I was 8-year-old. If I was 8 years old. The Prime is so amazing. I love the Prime. I think it is amazing. Purpose. And the weight required is in way low out of line with Nerf Elite. It is so easy to prime back. So easy to prime back. And there is no safety mechanism. No safety. Barely. It's just a prime and a trigger. That's all you get for $5. Prime and a trigger. So I want to test something. Today I have 2 scopes. Nerf Rival Modulus spray painted black scope. And a Picatinny 4x, probably 4x zoom. So I don't even know how much zoom this is, but it's a scope. So we're going to test today which one actually fits. First, Picatinny, this is not going to fit at all. It's not going to fit. Look at that. Look at this. It fits perfectly onto like the actual spot, but it doesn't fit onto it. It's all the way tight. It doesn't fit. So I think it's gonna fit on Nerf. Actually, it looks like it fit. So this is what style we're using. Average. Slap it on. So I'm slightly concerned that it fits. Actually, it does fit. Kinda. This piece doesn't even sink in. I mean, it's not meant for this attachment anyway. It's not supposed to fit. And you can sit it on there for like a little play, but if you actually start playing, it just comes off. So it doesn't even have an iron sight. There's no iron sight on this thing. There's like a little red tip that comes up at the front, but that's about all the sight precision you're getting. So I have this spring. Whatever spring it takes, I might be able to swap it and just mod it that much better. It shoots around 50 feet. It says in the box 50 feet. I definitely believe 50, 40 feet. But nothing higher than 40. I mean, nothing higher than 50. Sorry, none higher than 50 at all. I'm going to take these 2 pieces off down here because I personally do not like them whatsoever. That they make this look so ugly. They're easy just to snap off. You can just snap them off too. Snap them off. Push them off. It's super cheap, so you can really just push them off. Unlike on an actual Nerf blaster, you can just... This is going to be a full screw removal to take this thing off. I guess I'm going to have to run one, because at this point, it's not coming off. Okay, so the one on the right side came off super easily, but this one isn't even coming off. I think this one's permanently somehow on, and then the other one's just permanently off. But I'll keep this one on for the sake of the rest of the video. So, I'm going to chop this thing down. See them internals. And I might also get dual pistols of these. If you have $10, you can get dualies. You can get 2 dualies. It should be really easy to dual weld these. Yeah. It has a little bit of that ghetto recoil, you know. I don't think the frames are actually catching it. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh no, it doesn't have anything. It's just the model I got. Oh, you have to have this put forward, because if you have it backwards, it'll snap your hand off. So, for $5, you could get a Jolt. That's probably better than this. Actually, no, this might be better than the Jolt for $5, because it actually has a top prime mechanism more than a pull back, pull down prime. I think it is. I think you should just save up for like I don't know, something $10 you could get. So I'm just taking it apart with the internals. Okay, I'm taking it apart. I'll back for a minute. Don't worry about it anymore. Okay, we have our simple Phillips screwdriver, and it takes Phillips screws in all these holes. If you want to see it real quick, this is it. Takes Phillips screws. This is a little bit twisted too from the straight, but I'm gonna take off the prime mechanism first. I'm actually getting used to this trigger pull. Hold on. I'm actually getting used to this thing. I'm getting really used to it. It's not that bad now. But from out of the box, it was gritty. But now that I use it more, a little bit more smooth, it does not have slam fire. I don't know how to have slam fire, but only if it had an internal magazine. I think if it had an internal magazine, it'd be definitely worth $5. But it is a $5 blaster, so I'm taking it apart. So bad news. Well, first off, with some good news, I was able to take off these two things, and it looks a whole lot more sleek, but it has a hole going through it. So, and I don't have any screw that actually fit through this thing, so I cannot take it apart. So, it's kind of stuck here. I mean, we could add a tougher prime if we really wanted to. We could add a tougher prime, you know? You could always just add a tougher prime. Or slap a spring through the spring. I mean, if you got at least $13, $14, go buy yourself one of those Nerf Deagles, because this thing is not worth your $5. I'll tell you that right now. This isn't worth your $5. Your big $5. This isn't worth nothing. This is worth around $2. I mean, it's top prime. They saved so much money on this thing. This feels like a carbon fiber canard of how light this is. And it probably runs around 30 FPS. I don't even know, man. At least lowest at 30 FPS. It's cheap. That's only the first video, though. I mean, that's only the first video, so just saying. It's not what you'd expect at all. I don't see it as that good. I don't see it as ever something I would go into a battle and actually use this thing, unless I'd give it to my 6-year-old brother and say, 1v1? He's like, yeah. And then I give him these darts and we go have a fun time. But I'd say it is kind of accurate. That shot was not accurate, but it is. Most of the shots it shoots are accurate enough. Hold on, let me actually aim on this one. I'm aiming at the bottom of the wrench, by the way. That one really almost hit it. I don't know. It might be worth the big $5. I don't know. For room wars, it's worth it. But for like active outside, no. Not at all for any active outdoor activities. I'll shoot it for a little bit real quick. And this is what you came in the video for. Remember, I'm aiming at the bottom of the wrench. I'll turn this off so you can focus on that a little bit better too. It's on that bad. Load up a front dart. Front load. Oh, I should actually turn this on so you can see the gun and its glory. That time, I'll be honest, I did aim a little bit below, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'll shoot one more time for you. It shoots a little bit to the right. I mean, it's pretty accurate. As long as you're aiming at a little bit to the left, you should most likely hit most of your shots between the average king-size bed. Like, 2 king-size beds is about when it's really accurate. 3 king-size beds when it starts to get a little bit to the left. I mean, to the right. And then 4 king-size beds is where it starts to dip in bullet velocity. 5 to 6 king-size beds is where it drops in bullet velocity and just stops. Waffle heads. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I didn't want to say it throughout this video. But now I'm gonna say it. Now I'm just gonna say it. Whenever I use the waffle heads, with this one in particular, it doesn't feel like you're using waffle. It feels like you're using Nerf Elite darts in a freaking Nexus Pro. That's what it feels like. And I know what that feels like. And it's not a good feeling. So with that being said, I might actually use these red darts in competitive game modes. Because they're wide, they can clear up that gap in your barrel, and it could stick a whole lot more. So I think if they have a dart pack with the darts that came out of this thing, I think I'll probably buy those over some 100 round freaking, what is it called? Waffle heads. I'll buy those over some waffle heads. Tell you that right now. Most underrated dart. I'm sorry to say this, but that's probably the most underrated dart. Well, at least coming out of this thing with its wide barrel. That's the main part. If it had a smaller barrel, it'd be good. So once again, it did have range up to 50 feet, which I kind of believe with the darts that it came with, but without those, it is not going to hit 50 feet. Oh, use only darts provided by this product. That I will listen to. Do not modify the darts or the dart blaster. I will not listen to that. I'll be modifying this in the future when I get my hands on a smaller Phillips screwdriver. This will be heavily modified because it has so much potential to be something really good. But they cheaped out a little bit too much. If they could have made a 6 and put like a smoother trigger pull, that would have been amazing. But now it is it kind of feels out of proportion. It's out of proportion because this is way too small and this is a really good size, but it's really thin. But this feels really wide. And it's not even the widest point of the blaster. If I were to have this in an actual Nerf war, I'd grip up here and then slide my hand back onto that. And then like, you know, give it a little. But I have to. And then like, that's just too much work for a primary. So I'd say it's a pretty good secondary if you're indoors and in your own room with a 1v1. Because it's pretty accurate. Doesn't have far range. Pretty accurate. Something that'd be good for ages 8+. I'm saying ages 7 through 10. Because no performance nerfer is ever going to buy this in their entire life. Because it is just that cheap. And that's kind of on period, honestly. So if you enjoyed the first episode of this series, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, because that's going to be a very, I don't know, progressful part of the series or something. I don't know what I was supposed to say there, but should be pretty cool. This isn't what I really asked for a $5. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying at the end of this video. I might cut this all out. I don't even know, but this is November 2nd. This is just the start. The start always sucks. It's the first video and the last video that's gonna get you. So come back when the last episode comes out. Watch this video again, and then watch the last episode, because that's gonna be crazy. The crazy comparison of where you're probably gonna start if you're trying to get into Nerf, and then where you're gonna end off if you're trying to get into Nerf. So, just saying. What's a catchphrase I could use right now? What's a good catchphrase? Lick my toes and subscribe.